It's wiser to implement certain things before pain and suffering, because it is really the light that we know that helps us when we are in the darkness. So it is kind of, as somebody said, it's kind of like, if you're trying to implement certain things, if you're trying to have a quiet time and go to church and look for help, and that's all good. But if you're trying all of that while your marriage is falling apart and you're going through crisis, it's hard. It feels like you're falling off the airplane and you're thinking, where's the parachute and how do I open it? So if I know where the parachute is and how that functions, even when I'm not falling out the airplane, it's certainly helpful. So because very often, in a time of pain and suffering, the Bible very often becomes very narrow. Because when you're lost and confused, it's nice to know where the exit is. It is very nice to be reminded that we have to be patient, and even patient in moments like that, because we have a tendency to be patient for our foot to heal. If we break a leg, we need time for that to recover. But if our soul is being crushed, if somebody stepped on our soul or on our heart, we don't give it time for that to heal, and we are very impatient. And so I will say, be patient with yourself. And maybe not a bad moment, but it's a time when certainly the shame finds its way in the pockets of our core, our being. And it's so sad, because the things that will happen to us, we would somehow blame it that we've done something wrong. We didn't pay attention. And I would really say, be honest with yourself, and be honest in your quiet time. God already knows everything. Tell him how you feel. And watch for that shame where it goes, because we try to hide certain things, and we should not be shameful. He already paid a price for, whatever we do, it's not bigger than the price that he paid. And it is really a shame that really sneaky finds the way that we're going to blame it on us and think that we're guilty. But of course, everything that I said, the chances you're going to remember that are hard. So really be patient and be graceful. And this is a very simple thing that I tell the others. It's when you think it's a commandment, love the others the way you love yourself, and how often we don't love ourselves in certain moments. And I will say, what would you tell your sister? Or ask a man, what would you tell your brother in a moment like this? And we have more. And it's so neat, because it's if we're close to our siblings, we love them, and we are more patient and loving towards them than we are with ourselves. So I said, what would you tell them if they were been going through it, if they would have been stuck in this situation? And that kind of helps. And certainly, look, you should not deal with that alone. And I think it's a powerful moment when the divine society, the church, can step in and walk with you and love you. So more than anything, I will say to this divine society, be there for the ones that are mourning. Be there for the ones that are going through a rough time. And it's beautiful, even if you're just there without any words. We cannot blame Job's friends, and we think they were horrible friends, but they showed up and they were quiet for 7 days. And we sometimes choose not to show up. And we sometimes don't know even how to be quiet for 7 days.